Hello and welcome to Monday Morning Detective, the podcast. I'm your host, Gino Scala. Today we're going to discuss an incident that occurred last week. It really got my goat. Two ladies, quote-unquote business partners, and I put that in quote because I think by looking at the pictures, they have a much deeper relationship. Even though one of them or both of them may be married. I know one is married. But they are Miss Ruby Frank and Jody Hilbrand. And they ran a joint parenting YouTube page called Connections Classroom. And they are referred to as mommy bloggers. They're out of Utah, and they do a parenting and lifestyle blog and discuss things like, treats for kids, fun activities, homeschooling, exercise programs for children, things of that nature, things that other parents would go to a YouTube page to get some advice about. I'm sure they do some questions and answers and things of that nature. Well, these mommy bloggers were charged with child abuse on their own children, and charged with 6 counts of child abuse each. Two of Miss Frankie's children were malnourished and emaciated. Now, it made the news again recently because one of the parents suffered a life-threatening medical injury in jail. Now, that was Jody Hilbrand. Now, if you look at the pictures of the two, one is quite feminine looking. That would be Miss Frankie. And Miss Hilbrand kind of looks like a guy with bleach blonde hair. And I guess she was a tough gal in prison, and somebody probably shanked her or something along those lines. We don't know. They're not explaining it. But they did say that it was a life-threatening medical issue that has resulted in her being hospitalized. I took quite personally. People who pass themselves off as lifestyle and parenting experts, and then we find out that they're abusing children. It kind of all goes back to the softball coaches and basketball coaches that surround themselves with certain age children, and yet they're or something, along those lines. And the reason is because they are first and foremost criminals, minor attracted criminals. So they do everything in their power to surround themselves in the environment where their target base is. And that includes teachers, clergy, and anybody in a parental role that can gain the trust of a child. And one of the older children had called the police on them, and had been quoted in the papers as, very happy that they were finally arrested. Now, there's no reports of the fathers. I know they were married because they have pictures together, but there are no reports of the fathers being involved. They were not arrested. And it's, they're purposely being left out of these articles. But it's just a horrible crime. You know, it used to be Boy Scout leaders and things of that nature. Now we're seeing a rash of female school teachers, minor attracted school teachers abusing in a specific way kids as young as 12, 10. I mean, there are words for that. There are criminal words for that. I'm not going to say them here. Rarely does a day go by, much less a week, where some lady teacher in the United States, usually under the age of 30, is arrested or being investigated or suspended or fired for inappropriate texts or sending naked pictures of themselves, requesting naked pictures, things of that nature. So it's no longer the guy that goes after the 17-year-old girl in high school, but now we have women going after male children in school. And we have parents that pass themselves off as bloggers and influencers that are committing heinous crimes with their own family. So it's just, again, a cautionary tale, perhaps. I'm going to start looking at people in that, around that community of children, coaches, trainers, things of that nature, with more of a side eye than I have in the past. It may, my daughter was raised with many coaches: ice skating, calisthenics, exercise, stretching, a stretching coach, dance, things of that nature, all for the purpose of being an ice skater, professional ice skater. But still, I don't know. I've never asked her if she had any uncomfortable situations. I never thought of it. I foolishly, being naive, I trusted them. Well, the times have changed to where we can no longer trust these people completely. That backgrounds have to be conducted, and, we have to keep a watchful eye on our kids. And that's just something I wanted to say in this episode. And we will talk to you again very soon. Thank you for joining us at Monday Morning Detective, and have a great day. Bye-bye.